may don't necessarily like visitors all the time. One of the traditions in Mauritania is that every afternoon they make sure, the people make sure that they visit someone. So you may always have visitors, and they're not rude about it. They'll come and they'll stay for a while, they'll talk to you. That's part of their tradition, and it's something that we should get used to.
Okay, my wife is saying also that one of the things that happens in Mauritania is that the people visit. Mostly she's talking about the ladies now. Okay, because the men don't do this. The reason why the men don't do this is because they see you in the masjid. Okay? Hey, Scotty. Naam. So the men see you in the masjid and they'll talk to you. When they'll deal with you in the masjid. They'll walk with you even towards your tent, or they'll walk with you towards your house. After they get certain distance, they won't come any closer. Okay? But the ladies will come in the afternoons and different things like that. ليس لك هذا توقف فيها. يعني they'll come and they'll visit, and most Americans, as she's saying, are very private about their personal business. There is no personal business in Mauritania. Everything is to be seen. All your business is right in front of everybody else. They'll come in and they'll ask you the most personal things. They'll look. Anything that sees is like the old police thing. Anything in sight is fair game. You know what I'm saying? So you leave.
Even if you put your trash out, they're in it.
Right. They will go through your trash. They will go through your sewer. I remember that we lost something in the sewer, or dropped something in the sewer, and the very next day somebody was like, man, you know, you threw this in the trash. This is very good. It was a pen or something, like they found it. I was like, where did you get that from? Alhamdulillah. We learned not to ask anymore because they got their ways of doing things. And they'll go through your trash because it's the old Missourian rule, don't pass by the trash too fast. What may be trash to you may be something beneficial to them. And so you shouldn't turn your nose up to them. And if you're that type of individual, don't go to Mauritania. Because Mauritania, again, it's about the quality. They don't care what you think. They have no riyah in that regard. Okay? They are strictly about what you got between your ears. If you're the most memorized person, then they will put you forward. They don't care what color you are. They don't care where you come from. They will put you forward. And that's the way they do it. We never had a problem about knowing who was the most knowledgeable amongst us after the shuyukh. You know, because everybody knew his place. And even the sheikh would let you know who's who. Sometimes some guy would come and sit in the front of the class and sit next to the sheikh, and when it was his turn, it wasn't even his turn. He's just sitting there. And so somebody would say, hey, you know, move out the way, so let somebody through. And the sheikh would say, no, let him sit close so he can hear everything I say. And so the sheikh would further say, because when he hears, his listening is not like your listening. When he hears, he understands what I'm saying, and he's going to teach many more people after I'm gone. When you hear, you may not understand even where I'm coming from, and you may have to go to this person and ask him about it. So let him sit closer so that he can understand hear me clearly what I'm saying. And then we knew from that this person was the best of us out of everybody else there. Then when the shuyukh used to come from Saudi and from Mecca, and they would come, they would sit on the floor and wait their turn just like everybody else. And they didn't have a problem with this. And so when we come back and the people say, well, who is Sheikh Mohammed Salam Abdul Shinqiti? We know that they don't know. It's not that the shuyukh don't know. We know it's that those individuals are in a small, shallow, you know, pigeonholed world, and so they can only see but so far. The knowledge in a place like Mauritania is great, but you have to be prepared for it.
You can't have the kibble, because he could be teaching you just three-letter verbs. I know someone I went there, they just learned the three-letter verbs, and that's all they were learning. But it was a big deal to the sheikh to teach it to him. He didn't feel like, what am I teaching this man? Nothing.
Okay, there was this incident. She's talking about an incident that happened in Mauritania. We were in the desert, living in tents, and there was an American man who came. Actually, he wasn't even from America. He's from Belize, South America. And he came, and other people, there's another problem that you have in these different camps. You have people, may Allah bless them, we think they're on good. Everybody's claiming to be Salafi. These people claim to be ultra Salaf. Okay? Like, they're like, there's a difference. There's a balance. You have to be balanced. If you're Salafi, you're balanced. You're not on an extreme. And these people would even consider other people who are Salafi not Salafi enough. You know, as if there's such a thing. These ignorant people, as the sheikh said, if they opened up their own camp, no one would go visit them. So they have to set themselves up in some sheikh's camp in order for themselves to be heard. And so they would set up lessons for other people who they felt was not befitting to go sit with the sheikh yet. It's not your place to do that. And it's not your place to go to somebody else. If you went all the way there, as the sheikh said, you went all the way over to a place to go find some knowledge, then you get there and you ask the people in front of the place to teach you? No. You go inside and ask the people who you came there to see to teach you. So these people were keeping some of the students away, teaching them Arabic and the 3 books from Medina and these type of little basic things. And so the sheikh said, what happened to those people that came here? How come I don't see them sitting in my lessons? So they were told that he asked me to go investigate. I go investigate and I asked them. They said, well, we can't sit with the sheikh because we don't know Arabic. And, you know, we got to learn from these brothers first. So I asked them, who told you that? Who gave you this nasiha? This is what the brothers said, the brothers. Whenever you hear an isnad of they, them, the brothers, then it's a weak isnad. Give me a name. A name. In our deen, we name our men. That's part of the deen. And if you find someone who's claiming to be salaf and he doesn't give you any isnad, he tells you them. That's what they say. You know that he's telling you a lie. Okay? Or he's a coward. He doesn't want to name his men. The person that's on the sunnah, he names his men and he's not afraid. And he doesn't consider it causing a fitna by naming the people who told him that. The one who starts a fitna is the one who doesn't name the person. Or the one who goes around saying things in secret that shouldn't be said and then doesn't want his name to be exposed. Okay? في أي حال, at any rate, when we found out there was no particular name he was saying, I told the sheikh said, no, it's my camp. The person wants to come study, let them come and study from me. The person came, he studied directly from the sheikh, just the verbs, just regular basic Arabic. He learned from the sheikh. And it was a big deal for the sheikh and a great honor for the sheikh to introduce this person into the Arabic language because he's the sheikh. He knows how to introduce it to the person where to be the most beneficial. So again, all the things that happens in Mauritania is like you lose a lot of your arrogance. You lose that. You don't become a Sufi. There's another misconception that I have to address that people say, oh, I heard there was a lot of Sufis in Mauritania. By Allah, wallahi, tallahi, billahi alaykum. I swear by Allah, I have seen more Sufis and more severe Sufis in Egypt and in Morocco than I have ever seen anywhere else in the world. There is some Sufis in Mauritania. The extent of it is that you hear them in their masajid, making some dua, and some of the dua they make is crazy, and some of the dua they make is exactly from the sunnah, but the way they do it is incorrect. So you hear them, or you see them after Fajr rolling out white sheets, astaghfirullah, and open it up, and I don't know what else they do because I leave by that time. If I find myself in a masjid when they start rolling out the rug, I get out of there quick. That's the extent of it. Allah alayk. I've never been in a masjid in Mauritania or even heard of a masjid in Mauritania where there was a grave. Never once. Nowhere in Mauritania. I've traveled all over Mauritania, not every single place, but I lived there for a long time. Okay? I've been to Morocco. I couldn't hardly find a masjid in some places in the cities that they didn't have a grave in them. I've been to Egypt. There are sometimes in Tanta and other places, say the Bedoui, and other places where they have 5 graves in one masjid. And they have people paying money in lines of people making tawaf around the different graves. I've been there seeing Sufis rolling down the street, literally cartwheeling down the street and with flutes and singing and rolling and dancing as they go through the street like as a parade. This is in Egypt. So those people who say the hypocritical statement, I'm not going there because there's some Sufis there, they're liars. Because there's more Sufis in Egypt, there's more Sufis in Mauritania and Morocco than there are anywhere in the more severe style. And anybody who says that they're Sufis, then they're talking about the people like Sheikh Fahfu and Murabbit al-Hajj and the people that go with Hamza Yusuf. Those people are so far away and so hated in most of the places in Mauritania, it is unbelievable.